All right, we're live.
Hey, Nicole. Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa Guadalupe Huertas. Welcome to another edition of EduWiki Live. I'm very, very excited to be here today. We have fantastic guests and moderators joining us this afternoon. Right now, I'm located in Bolivia. So hi, everyone from Bolivia. It's a beautiful afternoon. And today, our guests will be talking about the importance of documenting EduWiki strategies in order to preserve the educational experience, such as data, success factors, and also pitfalls, so that new teachers can learn from these previous experiences. Our guests will show how they have been doing this via different academic platforms, such as platforms that host video, audio, and text, and how this contributes to a growing WikiEdu community. So in order to present our guests, I'm going to pass the microphone to my colleague Ruby, who is part of the EWOC of the EduWiki Outreach Collaborators. So Ruby, take it away.
Okay, thank you so much, Melissa. And hi, everyone. My name is Ruby from Ghana. I'm the Programs Manager at Open Foundation West Africa and also the EduWiki Collaborator Specialist for Sub-Saharan Africa. Today, I'm so honored to introduce our guest speakers. And the first that I'll be introducing is Guadalupe Vadillo. I hope I did mention the name right. And she is a psychologist and a trained in brief therapy with an MA in education of the gifted and talented. And she also holds a PhD in education. At present, she is the director of Mexico National University Virtual High School and MOOC, leading a team of innovators in the area of curriculum, arts, and technology. She has co-authored 18 education and psychology books and authored 2. She developed 2 of the most popular MOOC in Spanish. One on creativity and another on learning strategy on Coursera platform. In all, there are 500,000 registered students on her courses. This is so amazing. And she was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Prize from Mexico Association of Distance and Continuing Education. And she's also a co-author of the work that received the 2009 Educational Innovation Award from Mexico National Association of Universities. She is interested in creativity, curriculum design, and online learning. Such a wonderful achievement. You're warmly welcome once again, Guadalupe. So our next guest is Jackeline Bucio. I hope I did mention it right. So Jackeline holds a PhD in linguistics and has been involved in online learning activities since 2007. Wow. Currently, she is the Deputy Director in Online High School and MOOC area in the Open University, Educational and Innovation and Distance Education Office. That's a long name, sorry. Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. She designed online professional development courses for teachers at UNAM. And since 2014, she has been working in MOOC environment. She works actively in the use of Wikipedia in educational context and is part of the board of Wikimedia Mexico. Wow, such a wonderful achievement. You're warmly welcome once again, Jackeline Bucio.
Thank you so much.
So I'll hand over to Dr. Guadalupe to give us her presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruby and Melissa, for this wonderful invitation and for your kind words. We're very excited and very appreciative of this invitation. And we want to share some of our points of view on the importance of documenting what goes on around Wikipedia, so everybody can be each time more convinced and more trustful of this incredible resource. So Jackie, let's begin.
That's it. Let's begin. Let's roll it. Okay. So we are sharing our screen. I hope you can see it okay. If you can give me just a thumbs up if you can see the presentation. It's charging, I guess. Coming. Okay. Are we okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, we want to share specifically 3 steps after that successful story that we are sure you all have when, after talking extensively with authorities, you get to convince them that let's make an activity, an editathon, a conference, any event related to Wikipedia. It's really hard to get to that point. And let's start in this moment when you have the authorization of doing this kind of activity. And let's try to see if these 3 steps that we are going to present are useful to you all. This is the picture of our first editathon at Wikimedia. Do you remember that moment, Lupita? You were there editing what kind of article or what entry, what Wikipedia entry were you editing? Can you remember?
I can't remember, but
it was the UNAM page, the online high school page. I think,
but I can't remember specifically what I edited that time, but it was a wonderful experience. All of our teachers were so into it, and they began like, it was like an inception of a different experience of an educational resource. I think that every one of us knew about Wikipedia, but when you're an actual actor that makes things happen, that contributes to that magic of this resource, this experience is completely different, right?
That's right. That's right. And seeing all our authorities here, so many teachers happily editing Wikipedia, was a great experience. It was the first, and we had a message from Laila Tretikov, and the Wikimedia Mexico team gave us a lot of videos that we gathered in a YouTube list. And then it was a festival. It was a very exciting day. And also, we had this report, great numbers, great achievements, the results of the editathon. We were so happy, 200 participants online, 200 participants about in the physical space. So we were really happy with this achievement. And also media was really generous documenting this experience. This happened at UNAM, at our university, and wow, it was a success. Okay, and the next day, what happened after this event? No, what we are going to do with these numbers, with this achievement? That's what we want to talk about. So this is about next 3 steps after an event that was, let's say, successful, that you are happy with that event, but what is coming after this editathon or gathering of people editing Wikipedia?
It's like a wedding, no?
Yeah.
You have worked so much towards the wedding party, and when you have it over, you say, well, now what's going on? Well, it's a lifetime of experiences that
Absolutely.
come after
Absolutely.
that. And we should be planning for that lifetime of experiences surrounding this. I wanted also to mention that 1917 wasn't the first romantic encounter between Wikipedia and our teachers. It goes back to about 2012 when Carmen came. You remember, Jackie?
Right.
And we had a session, and it was like changing the event, like a turning point in our appreciation of what Wikipedia really is and what the incredible potential for education it has. You remember that event?
Yeah, and that's why I was mentioning that after a long conversation with authorities. First, we started with some workshops with teachers as a PD, as professional development workshops. And the online high school was
always supportive doing this with teachers. But it took like 2 or 3 years talking about the benefits of this with our authorities that they were able to make an editathon or to support an editathon. So yeah, after those workshops, it took like 3 years in order to get this big editathon. You know? So it's a long story, actually. And that's why it's so important to document these stories. And this the first step is searching and reading. When we work with Wikipedia, sometimes we can have the sense that we are alone, that is the first experience in our university or in our school, but it's not. A lot of universities and schools are doing events, and after the pandemic, this is more, I think. Then our first suggestion is looking and searching and reading these materials that there are out there. Like this, I would like to recommend especially this Wikipedia book on the 20th anniversary, because it's a book that gathers really critical views about Wikipedia, and it's open. You can read it in open if you look for it in Google. And I like it for this. It's critical visions about Wikipedia, about accomplishments, about pitfalls, about the future. How do we envision what comes from Wikipedia? So gathering these stories, learning about the context in which Wikipedia is growing, and all these visions about and experiences about Wikipedia. So this is one, and this another one. In this book, the author talks about Wikipedia as an utopia, but a real utopia. So gathering these experiences and getting closer to authors who are reflecting about the importance of Wikipedia, I think it's crucial to understand the movement. And also when we want to present to our authorities a project about Wikipedia, citing these sources to create, to convince about the importance of Wikipedia. And this is especially important for us because we really like very much the work of Justin Wright, isn't it, Lupita?
That's right. He's an innovator. He's somebody who is looking into the future of learning, who loves networks, but at the same time, he is quite critical about the tech world and the importance that it may have in education.
Very, very critical. And he says like about MOOC, Lupita, here Guadalupe is the director of the MOOC area, and MOOC is open online massive courses. Tell us a little bit about MOOC, Lupita, and why do you think it's important?
MOOCs are awesome. They are an extraordinary resource for learning, for exploring new areas. If you're thinking of changing a career or your pathway through life, this is a wonderful way to do it. It's a course that you can take anytime, anywhere with a connection. We have some of the best teachers in the world providing MOOCs from thousands of universities. And in a MOOC, you can have like a very specific view of something or an introduction to a subject. So you can share this experience with people from all over the world. There are MOOCs that have been taken by more than 2 million students. So the possibility of having this multicultural setting working for you is incredible. You can do so much by sharing information from your own experience in the area of MOOCs that you're taking with others, and you will be immediately enriched in your perspectives, in the knowledge, and you may develop so many skills through these courses. So they are for free and they are incredible.
Right, and we can find a lot of platforms that offer these kind of courses, this kind of MOOC, and often they are open. Also, you have to pay for the certification, and here is when Justin Wright comes critical. MOOC have been promising to open education for everyone. Yes, but after 10 years or more or less, we don't have that wonderful world we were envisioning for through MOOC. No? So he is really critical with technology, not just with MOOC, with internet, with a lot of technical aspect that comes to education. But, and here is the hope, at the end, he talks about Wikipedia with real hope. You know, talking about Wikipedia with this spirit that we all share, that Wikipedia belongs in education, that there is a place there, that it's a miracle that an educational resource works in this way, that everybody can do Wikipedia. So we appreciate really this page that Justin Wright writes about Wikipedia. So we invite you all to read this critical view about technology in education, but this hope that these authors, important authors, see in Wikipedia. And also you can say, bueno, how can I be in touch with new research about Wikipedia? How can I receive information about these new articles that are being written about Wikipedia? And here is a simple tip. If you have a Google account, you can set an alert that sends you an email every time something new is published about the theme you choose. So you just go to Google Académico in Spanish or Google Scholar from your Gmail account and set this alert. And I just did this exercise this morning. I just wrote Wikipedia and create alert. It's a red button that you just pushed. And I found the recent book from our beloved people in Wikimedia Argentina, Wikipedia Education and Human Rights. They just published a book, so it's there in the alerts. No? If you set these alerts, you are going to receive in your email account news about new articles. So this is important, just getting in touch with this information that is recent, that comes like, if it comes from Google Académico, is going to be something written in a university, most probably. So it's information that you can rely on. And there is a lot of articles that people is writing. For example, these two. Robert Cummings, that you see at the right, it's an active Wikipedian, and he just recently wrote this article. And you can see that Wikipedagogy is a term that I love. What can you say, Lupita, about Wikipedagogy? You know?
It's quite interesting. It fast forwards us to a future where we are actors and we are consumers at the same time, and we learn from each other all the time.
Right. So we are receiving this information. We are in touch with the new achievements with Wikipedia and education. So what are we going to do with that? Well, the second tip is writing and publishing. And how do we do that? Let's see some examples. After that first editathon that was so successful, the best scenario is that somebody will remember that was in an event that it was nice, as Lupita was saying, that it was a really nice event, and they got in touch with Wikipedia. But the numbers, the achievements, the analysis of the experience, it's going to be lost if we don't write it. So this is an invitation to get together all this data, get together impression, make interviews, and then propose this as in a form of article. And to do that, we just have to look for these reviews. In this case, it's Páginas de Educación, education pages. It's a publication from Uruguay. And we got in touch with the people in an educational event and propose this experience in alliance. And this is another word that we want to stress, really making alliances to write these articles is a great strategy. With Carmen Alcázar, who works in Wikimedia México, and Luisina Ferrante, who is part of Wikimedia Argentina. So the three of us put together this information and also contrasting what happened in Mexico with these Wikipedia activities and in Argentina. So making these comparisons in team, in alliance, and proposing an article, we think is a first step to keep memory of Wikipedia events and Wikipedia work. And also Lupita here is somebody that supports these publications from different, in different ways. She's director also of this marvelous magazine that we are going to talk in a minute, and also editor of multiple educational books. Lupita, tell us about this book, please, that you were the editor of this book.
It's an interesting book because it brings together the efforts of several teachers who work at the high school level at UNAM. In other parts of the world, it seems like very strange that a university such as ours has a high school. I'm sorry. And this is quite surprising for many, but it is a reality. And we have more than 110,000 students at the high school level in our university. So it is quite important. And in order for our teachers to showcase their best practices in the way they do assessments for learning at the high school level, we had this invitation, this open invitation for them, and we rounded them up in this book. And one of the chapters that we love, everyone is very interested, but this one has a special charm. For once, because it's written by Jackie, who, believe me, is the most important promoter of Wikipedia at UNAM. She has made so many efforts, and all day long, and in her spirits, in her veins, I think that when somebody does a blood test, something about Wikipedia comes out in her blood test, because she's totally in it. And she has shared this enthusiasm and has made so many teachers love Wikipedia and be part of it. So this is a very interesting chapter, and I would love for you to describe a little the objective of this chapter.
Absolutely. And the book was a compilation about strategies for evaluation. And that's what is really important, I think. And seeing Wikipedia as a via for making assessments in the courses was the idea of this chapter. So we just want to stress with this example that writing this idea that I'm sure you all have about Wikipedia, just writing it and find the medium to publish it. And it can be in several ways. This is text-based, but it can be also video-based. Like the next example we want to present, after we, some colleagues at UNAM, at CD, it's an area of design, they integrated Wikipedia to the classroom. So they had a 6-month experience working with Wikipedia in their classes, and they were very happy. So in alliance with our area, this online high school, and their experience, and also the Wikimedia Mexico education area, we just support teachers to write and to put together this experience and present it in a form of paper. And this is a 360 work, we call it, because we go through all the experience. A teacher that gets interested in Wikipedia, making some workshops in their classes, and integrating it with a specific activity in the class, and then putting together the results, analyzing and writing it and publish it. And in that point, we think we have a cycle, a virtuous cycle about reflecting and experimenting Wikipedia. So this kind of work, we would like to call you all to go through this virtual circle. And also, Lupita is the director of this magazine, Revista Mexicana de Bachillerato a Distancia in Spanish. And tell us about this magazine, Lupita. Why is important for the online educational area?
This is a journal, an academic journal. Its name in English is Mexican Journal of Distance High Schools. And it's an effort by a network of universities that have online high schools. And these 10 universities created this journal where we document the challenges, the efforts, the problems, the solutions, the programs, and the great successes of the different high school programs that are 100% online. So one thing that right now Jackie is showing us is the interview we did to Luisina Ferrando and Carmen Alcázar when they came we're in Mexico, both of them. Carmen normally is, but Luisina not, she's from Argentina. And we had the possibility of interviewing them. So through our journal, we have this possibility to showcase the possibilities, the different paths, the different potentials that Wikipedia has for the teaching profession. We are very pleased and we are honored because Melissa, who introduced this talk today, is also the author, a co-author of a very interesting piece that we are showing.
Right, the team here in running this Wiki Live participated with this article that we are so grateful, because also they are documenting what happened with Leamos Wikipedia, or reading Wikipedia in the classroom, an interesting program that we needed so badly in Spanish, because that's the other thing. There is a lot of information published in English, and I'm so happy that is that way, but we need so much work in order to publish in every other language. So it is to know that Wikipedia works in all these languages, and we need to publish in all of them. In our area, we are working in the Spanish publications, but I hope that we have articles in any language. And this is the article you can read online in the number 28 of this magazine. I'm very grateful to Melissa, Nicole, and Vasanti, who were writing this experience in Spanish for the magazine. And also the interviews. We have the privilege of gathering these interviews with teachers who are integrating Wikipedia in the classroom. And we just make a quick interview that, are you going to do this again? Did you learn something new? What are you going to change next time that you implement Wikipedia in the classroom? And we just started gathering these experiences in this page. It's called WikiUNAM, and it's a page in our university. And that gives us a sense that a community, a WikiUNAM community, as we call it, it's growing. So when we want to present to a new director, to a new authority, what is Wikipedia? We just show this. And then we can show the articles, we can show videos, we can show interviews, and that is more convincing than just saying, hey, Wikipedia is great. And then, yes, but show me how. And then, so we are not the only source. They can go through the interviews, through the articles. And so this is the importance of documenting that we wanted to present you. That it's not easy, because it's the work of 10 more years, gathering these pieces, putting them together, and being every year perfectioning the process we work on. And the alliances. The alliance with Wikimedia Mexico, it's so relevant for us, because we can share work, because all this is voluntary work. And then sharing the responsibilities, sharing the work we put in all this, give us a great pleasure at the end, no? Showing these products. And then you have all your evidences, your articles, your videos. Now you have to shake it, you have to move it, you have to put in contact people with all this evidence you are gathering. And this is a seminar, an audio seminars we have in Mexico, in alliance with Wikimedia Mexico. And we invite the people who wrote those articles or who gave us those interviews, and just put it in touch again with new public, with teachers interested in integrating Wikipedia in the classroom. We are using this app called Clubhouse, that it's only audio. And we are using that because maybe we are a little bit tired about PowerPoints, presentations, Zoom calls like this. No, they got too long and we have to be ready to the camera. And with this app, we just have audio. So we call it audio seminars. And last night, Melissa was there talking precisely about this article recently published. So that's another way. That's our last tip. Just putting in movement all these evidences and get in touch with new people who is interested in integrating Wikipedia in the classroom. And as we say, as we believe, we just want to finish this saying that we believe in that Wikipedia belongs in education, as they say in English, and we say it in Spanish, Wikipedia es parte de la educación. Lupita, some closing words.
Well, so I think that the most important message we're trying to convey is that it's not only important to achieve the first goal, the goal of getting people to know Wikipedia, to really practice a little bit the mechanics, the logic of the site, etc. It's also a matter of documenting, of leaving it for history, so anyone throughout the time can go and check it out and ignite once again that spirit of enthusiasm, that curiosity for doing something with this resource. I think that for those who have had an experience, it's reigniting that sparkle. But if not, it's spark for the first time this bit of interest. And in our experience, the teachers that come and knock on the door of Wikipedia and enter a bit, they're in for life. They love it. They can see so many ways of using it, so many recommendations for their students, so many ways of integrating Wikipedia inside the classroom as a beginning for trying to understand a certain subject, as a way of looking into what kind of references there are about this subject. So it's so important for each one of them, and each one has like a very personal agenda with how they are going to introduce Wikipedia in their personal education, in their personal area of expertise, with their students or with the potential students they will have in the future. So I think that it's all about not looking at an end goal, but a goal that will traverse through time, that will be very useful for future consumers of information, for future readers or audiences, be it in video or in audio, whatever the way we communicate these experiences, they will be valuable and they will leave a trace and they will send a message that each teacher should have an experience in here.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Guadalupe and Dr. Jackie, for such an enlightening and motivating presentation. I know that we have some questions lined up for you, and I would like to pass the mic to my colleague Ruby and Abdallah to share some of the questions that we have for you. So Ruby, why don't you start us off?
Wow, thank you so much for sharing such an insightful message. I've learned so much about how important it is for us to be documenting all these experiences. And I would say that it's very important because myself, when I got into the Wikimedia movement, I wanted to learn. So I started looking for what has been written, what has been published here so that I can learn. So I think it's very important. But I want to know from you, being in an academic setting as a professor, how has the pandemic shifted learning? I mean, like, how has the pandemic and the shift to remote learning impacted publications of academic articles about Wikipedia and education? Has there been any change compared to when there was no pandemic? Can you just highlight that a bit?
Lupita, do you want to share something?
Sure.
I would say that, for us, we live in an online educational area. So we are glad to see that many more researchers are getting into the publication of Wikipedia experiences, and we hope there are more. But I don't see a change in our area because we've been in these online settings. The online high school was born online, so for us it's kind of natural. But of course, there is a growing activity now that the pandemic made us work in online settings, and many more teachers are looking at the convenience of using Wikipedia, that because it's an open educational resource that is available online. So everybody now is looking at, okay, I can use Wikipedia because it's there, because I can make it better. And in the workshops, they learn that, and that we can intervene and use it as a form of assessment, as a form of working with an educational open resource. So in that sense, yes, there is a growing interest in not also working, but also publishing about these experiences. But maybe Lupita can tell us more about this.
Yes, thank you. The thing is that I can see a trend that everybody, when they hear a strange word or somebody's talking about some subject, everybody, first of all, goes to Wikipedia. And what can Wikipedia tell me about this subject? So it is like the first counselor you go to. In this sense, I believe that it's like many years ago, probably centuries ago, when you had that special person who was the one that showed you the world, that special relationship, emotional relationship you had, when you said, I can't imagine how is this going, or how this functions, or what's this concept, very strange concept for me. And then you went and probably you traveled a little and you walked around and went to that special person. Well, that special person is now millions of people who share their knowledge through Wikipedia and who relate to me. And it's like a kind of gift, a kind of present that I have from so many people, from the effort and time and knowledge of so many that I receive. So I do see a tendency for every teacher to, first of all, go to Wikipedia and have a general idea, and then decide where to go next, to have a more profound understanding of the subject, to explore the references that are contained in the Wikipedia article. So I think that that's something that is evolving. And I think that one of the great successes of this resource is that we are comfortable with it. And we have an emotional relationship with this resource.
And if I can share just really quickly, Ruby, we have a map that we've elaborated with the Wikimedia Education program in Mexico. And you can see every yellow point, it's an educational program in Mexico. So this has been growing a lot. And Alex, who is responsible for the educational area, well, it's kind of busy with a lot of work. So we are very happy that from the very, very north and to the in Quintana Roo, in Yucatan, we've been having educational experiences with Wikipedia.
Wow, this is so awesome. And I really appreciate the feedback that you gave to us. I'll hand over to Abdallah to ask the next question.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jackeline Bucio and Guadalupe Vadillo. I'm just curious, is there academic research or documentation showing the value of Wikimedia projects other than Wikipedia?
Well, yes, there are so many researchers working with how many ways of improving education there are using this resource. So maybe Jackie can share a little, and I'm going to look into our UNAM discover of information to tell you about how many are citing that keyword.
Yeah, maybe I can share this real quick, the alert from Google Academic that I was talking about. This is what I did this morning, putting Wikipedia in the Google Scholar space. And then I can show Wikipedia. I got 2 resources, but Wikipedia, well, okay, let's check. I just can create an alert and I will receive new results that have Wikipedia in the title, and then I can know when a new article is being published about that. But also we can do a search in Google Scholar. And I'm using Google Scholar because it's open to all. Maybe if you don't have a university that goes access to a database, and that's what is Guadalupe going to share right now. But this is open to everyone who has a Google account. So I can just look here for Wikipedia and getting a lot of results, and I can just filter for the recent articles published during these years, and you will see how many results I'm getting from academic journals. So all these in the right are journals that are publishing about Wikipedia, so we can just explore there, go there and explore what kind of studies, maybe it's a statistical one, or maybe it's something that happened in a classroom. That depends on our interest, but this is really a really powerful way of looking for Wikipedia articles. It can be a web publication. There's a different types of sources that we can get from here if we don't have access to databases from universities, no?
And in case you do, you can see here, for example, this is our discovery service for our university. And as you can see with this keyword and filtering with arbitrated publications, we have almost 18,000 publications. So you can see the type of, some in Spanish, some in English, some in other languages, but this one is, for example, in Portuguese. You can see that there are so many approaches and so many interesting ways to approach Wikipedia as an object of study, as something that is worth analyzing because of the impact it has.
Oh, thank you very much for that insightful response. I'll hand over to my colleague Ruby for the next question.
Sure. Thank you. Awesome. So my next question is talking about publication, documentation, and all that. What would you recommend to someone who is interested in publishing an academic journal? about Wikipedia project in the UNAM journal, for example? Like, where would you recommend for someone who is interested in publications like that? Yeah.
Well, and here there is something really important to say, that it's not easy and it's not given. The article that you create, it has to be really well documented, it has to be very well prepared, and it's going to pass for a peer review process. And this is a basic aspect of publication, also for articles that supports Wikipedia entries. We are looking for these kind of journals that have a very good peer review system. So when you present, you submit your article, you know, and it's a guarantee that the journal is going to send your work to peers that are going to make you improve in the best scenario, no? To make it really good suggestions for you to improve this article, to present this evidence in the best possible way. And I think Lupita can say a lot about this peer review process that every academic magazine should have, and why it's important to to every academic that wants to publish. No?
Yes, we believe that sending a proposal to a journal is really an educational experience for the author, because you get in touch with people that are really experts in the area of that you're communicating through your paper. And you will receive very insightful comments that will make you be a better researcher, a better writer of academic pieces. So we think that this process is enriching, even if you are not published. Even if you're not published, because you will have very specific tips, very specific advice that will make you a better one. Do better jobs the next time. So it's a matter of first of all identifying what facet of Wikipedia you're interested in, then providing, be it a theoretical piece, a conceptual piece, or a research piece, and do your job. And then if you had an event, if you had an experiment, if you used Wikipedia in a great way in your classroom, or even if it was a failure, it should be documented and it should be shared, so others do not make the same mistake that you did. So whenever you have the specific facet that you are going to write about, or to share by video or by audio or by an infographic or whatever, then you will know which kind of journal or which kind of showcasing place you should come up to. And then you have to arrange a bit your piece so it fits very well with the requirements of that resource. And then you go on to the process to receive feedback, to improve it, and to do a final sending of your article or your piece.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And I'm sorry. And this can be very important for a growing critical view of our own experience. Really, it's a growing process that's looking at what we are doing right, what am I writing okay, am I presenting okay the data, the experience, the analysis, and looking for new ways of doing it. And then it's a growing process from anyone wanting to present this in academic publications. And I see a question from Nicole about the points we can get from publishing this kind of activities. And it's the same that publishing from any other research subject. If Wikipedia becomes a research subject seriously, it can be taken into account into our curriculum and into our CV, national CVs that that we get points to advance in a career, in an academic career. So if it's an article we're reading and accepted in a recognized journals, of course they count for this academic career.
Wow, very interesting feedback. I thought Melissa had a question.
Oh, yeah, no, I just wanted to highlight what a fantastic experience it was to write for the UNAM journal that Dr. Vadillo and Dr. Bucio kindly invited us to. It definitely was a learning experience. And we had an opportunity to really reflect about the experience of reading Wikipedia in the classroom together with my colleagues. And also the process of receiving feedback from Dr. Vadillo was just so kind. And so, yeah, we just felt very, very well, as we say in Spanish, acompañadas, so like very well supported. So definitely recommend this as Jackie mentioned, as a learning experience.
Thank you so much, Melissa. It was wonderful having you, and it was an honor for our journal, and our readers are wowed with all of your information. And it's another way to engage people into your world, into the world of Wikipedia. So thank you so very much.
Awesome. Lastly, I have a personal follow-up question, and I'm so happy for the great insight that you shared about publication. What I wanted to know is the peer review done by the magazine that you submit your publication, and also who is eligible to submit? Is it for just professionals in academia, or it has to be a work in academia? Like we just want you to clarify a little bit of that.
For example, our journal is open to everybody. We have had teachers, we have had parents. It's open to parents, to students, to, in general, the society that profits from people going to online high schools. So maybe the tip is a simple one. Go to the author guidelines of the place where you want to publish your piece, and see what's the spirit of that specific resource. See what are those guidelines, what type of writers they're looking for. And if you're matched with that, that's perfect. If not, there are so many ways to author and to make it visible for others. So there are infinite ways, I think.
Yeah, just looking for the right call, isn't it? It can be just a call to publish in a blog post, and let's go for it, and let's start with experience. Or it can be a call for a special number of a magazine. Okay, I'll try it and I'll send. If I am rejected, I'll go to another one in the spirit of keeping the process of learning, and someday it will find the right place, I think.
Yes, Melissa says, be bold. I would say also, hear the experiences of very important Nobel Prize winners, Nobel Pulitzer writers, and they were rejected. And rejection is part of the game. It's part of the learning experience. And you will be better every time.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much. We're so close to the end of the hour. I'll hand over to Melissa or Abdullah. If anyone has any question, those online, if you have questions, just let them come through, and our guests will be happy to answer them.
Thank you very much. I'm just curious again, what would you recommend to someone who is interested in publishing an academic article about Wikimedia projects in the UNAM journal?
Well, go to your local Wikipedia. That's something that I will say. Get close with your local Wikipedia, because they certainly would like to support an effort to put together an article. And I think it's the best alliance the educational space, the teacher that had this experience, and an alliance with the local Wikipedia, if I hope there is one close, and if not, reach another chapter, and make alliances with people who wants to write and who will read you, maybe another teacher, maybe another colleague who is interested. We had recently the experience of a teacher who took a course we have, it's called Edit Wikipedia, and she took the course and had an idea, shared it with colleagues. They implemented this idea and then published it. So it make it viral. That's what I will say, no? And get close with people interested in this. And maybe, I'm sure Lupita has some more thoughts.
I was thinking, I believe it's a great idea. Go to Wikipedia and they will accompany you, and they will share experiences that are very useful for you. But also go to the many fans of Wikipedia, like myself. For example, what we do is we provide professional development workshops for authors in our journals. So we have a 3-hour workshop where the person only comes with the fuzzy idea about publishing something about this subject. So what we do there is go hand in hand through the different steps until they have a real concrete structured document, so they can fill in what is lacking in that moment. But they have the structure of the article that is useful for our journal. So I think that you will find lots of wiki fans, and those wiki fans will share knowledge, will accompany you through that journey, and will make it a successful journey.
Thank you very much for this insight. I would like to hand over to my colleague, Melissa.
Thank you, Abdallah. Thank you, Dr. Vadillo and Dr. Bucio, for such great, wonderful responses. Actually, we have someone on Facebook who is interested in knowing more about this workshop that you mentioned. Is it a virtual event?
Yes. If this person is interested, we can take his or her email, and of course we can call that person when we are providing the next workshop.
Fantastic, thank you so much. I also just want to highlight some comments that we've received on YouTube from Jose Medine. He's sharing that it's such an excellent work to keep going. And also from Brahim Faraji, that this is a really amazing learning session. And Tochi was really sad that she arrived late, but just as a note, this conversation will remain recorded, so you can access it on YouTube or Facebook afterwards. And with this, we have reached the end of this fantastic session. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Vadillo, Dr. Bucio, for the lessons that you have shared and all of the motivation that you have shared with the community today. We have 2 minutes, so I'm wondering if you have some closing words before we say goodbye.
I think that the invitation is go on to Wikipedia and learn something new right now and see what you can share. It's so important to feel that you're part of something way bigger than yourself. When you're in Wikipedia, you feel that emotion. And I think that is something that conveys a lot of gratefulness from us as consumers of this resource, but also it motivates us to work a little on expanding the knowledge. Absolutely, and just Wikipedia will be in your heart once you get close to it, and you will be. We hope that you will feel this passion to experience Wikipedia and then writing about it in order to
goes with the message that Wikipedia belongs in education.
Thank you so much. I have shared your contact information in the chat as well. I'll put it in a better, yes, in a better format there. And yeah, thank you so much to my colleagues Ruby and Abdallah for joining us in this session today. Thank you, Nicole and Emerald, also for your support today. And remember that the education team hosts some community spaces as well. We have a monthly newsletter that is written collaboratively by volunteers from all over the world. You can write in many different languages. And also the Wikimedia Foundation has a blog called Diff. So if you're starting to, if you decide to be bold and start testing the waters of research and documentation of your Wikimedia education activities, these spaces are very, very welcoming and very open for anybody who wants to give it a try. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you in the next edition of EduWiki Live. Goodbye.